And I can sit right now, crack on with...
So what's your name?
My name... Childhood, man. I had a good childhood. Really good childhood.
Good memories?
Oh, amazing. Grandpa took me away every year.
Yeah.
You know. That's for my mum and dad. Loved them to bits, but I didn't really know them like I should have known them. So, what I do know of him...
Was you living in the same house with them?
No, I never lived with him. First 2 years of my life I lived with him, and then my dad put me into care with my grandma. And I was there.
But was you still see your parents?
Oh, I used to, now and again I see him weekends. But then it got to a point where I got pissed off. So I start wagging school to go and see him. And from the age of 15 I've always like drank and smoked weed.
Yeah.
And obviously I ended up in jail. And that's where my life took a turn for the worse, basically.
What age did you go to prison?
The first time I went to prison I was 14, 15. It's called a room half the size of this with a fucking bunk bed, steel table, steel chairs, bolted to the wall, and a bucket in the corner for you to shit and piss in.
A bucket? What year?
A bucket. It's called slop out.
What year?
Fuck. But yeah, go back 31 years ago.
Wow.
So that's pretty pleased.
So they used to have a bucket?
A bucket in the corner of the cell. And there used to be 3 prisoners within a cell.
Yeah.
So you've got to think, through the night, 3 prisoners
They had to use the same
pissing and shitting in the same bucket. And then next morning you'd slop out, and then you'd have to get into a queue, to a cubicle where you could tip your fucking excrements kind of shit. Mate, so you imagine all that was inhumane. So they've had to change that now.
That was inhumane.
You know what I mean? It became a point where it was against human rights. But back then, it was punishment. Whereas nowadays, you go to prison, you've got a fucking telly in your cell, a computer in your cell.
Yeah.
You know? You know? Holiday camp, home from home, innit? No women to nag you. You remember? Fucking no women to nag you, is there? It's all boys, yeah, come on, let's get the spliffs on, get the hooch on, and...
Yeah. So what happened when you got released from prison?
Well, before I got released from prison, I was smoking a bud with this lad who I was padded up with.
Yeah.
This is how I ended up with a heroin habit. He was lacing me joints with heroin.
In prison?
In prison. Now, I didn't know what was going on. I thought, wow, this is good weed, this. And I was getting, you know... I thought, yeah, sweet. No, all the walls have changed. It's not prison, this, now. It's holiday camp. Little did I know. He got shipped to another jail.
Yeah.
So
you didn't know it was her?
he was gone. The day later, and I started feeling a feeling I'd never felt before.
Yeah.
And so I got the officers in the jail to get hold of the doctor. The doctor come to see me and said I'd been using it, and I said no, I don't think so. And that's when I'd realised he'd been putting it in my spliffs. So he spied me and got me an heroin addict.
Wow.
So from the age of 27, I've been addicted to heroin.
From the age of 27? You've been...
Do you see that camera? Didn't even have to open a fucking mouth. Ding! Magic! One thing I didn't get warned about was the fucking flamethrower. Trying to burn my eyes out, this man. They ended up putting me on methadone. Nastiest thing I've ever had in my life, mate. Vile.
Methadone?
People would have to have it. to know what I mean. But methadone is a lot harder to get off than
Even
heroin
the,
itself.
Even the doctors give you that prescription
Yeah.
to help you, but that's more addictive.
In theory,
Yeah.
all they're doing is sustaining your habit. What they're trying to do is stop you from committing crime, but people nowadays they're using on top of the heroin anyway.
Yeah.
So on top of the methadone, they're using heroin on top of it. So, and then they've got to look at the point of the crack cocaine, because that's the main. Because people will have the crack cocaine, and then why I don't get it is they can't handle the high of the crack cocaine, so they want to come down.
Yeah, that's
So
what
they
I
turn to the heroin.
So if you're smoking crack to be high,
High. Why do you want to have the heroin to come down?
I don't understand that.
From my experience, when I very first started crack, you could get to a high where sometimes you needed to come down,
It's that.
and that's
It's that high, like.
yeah. But I never really took a liking to heroin. But like I say, I got spiked in jail and I ended up with an habit of it. So when I come out, the first thing I did was go to the shop. I bought myself 6 cans of Stella, and then went straight and scored.
Straight.
And it was like that fucking every time. It was horrible. Not a good life. And the help that's out there is help out there, don't get me wrong, but it's actually being able to access that help. It's a very long process.
Because I spoke to someone that worked in the rehab, right, for someone.
Yeah.
They tell you have to be clean first to go to a rehab. How's that work?
Yeah. You have to go into a detox first.
Detox, how's that work?
Well, first, obviously, you start with a drug worker.
Yeah.
Then, basically, what they'll do is you have to go to what they call a pre-detox meeting to prove that you want to be detoxed, to be clean. And then eventually, they'll apply for funding for you to be put into a detox. You get T-detox. Now, for different drugs, there's different methods to deal with it and different lengths of time.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going in for alcohol, they give you something like 7 to 10 days. Now, that gets you off the alcohol, but then where's the aftercare?
Aftercare. The aftercare is the most important.
And that's the one that is lacking mainly,
Because
is the aftercare.
you can be clean in the rehab, that's no problem. But
When you come out of that
when you
rehab,
come out,
you've got to go back into society.
you're exposed
They
to
need,
this society.
they need to rehabilitate people back into society.
Yeah.
Not just rehabilitate the minds to get them off drugs. They need to rehabilitate them back in society. So, from my opinion, detox. From detox to a rehabilitation centre. From a rehabilitation centre to a stage 2 of the rehabilitation, which is where they give you your own self-contained flat kind of thing you deal with, and see how you go about dealing with bills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, if I reckon there'd be a little bit more progress. That's what used to happen with me. Forget me electric, forget me gas, forget me food. And then it'd be like you'd end up going to food banks and
So when you got released from prison, what happened in your life? Like, did you...
When I got released from prison, straight to the shop for a beer. You get released with £46.
46 pounds.
£46 discharge grant. Sorry, but I need a drink.
£45, that's... Is that for your transport to get home?
No, if you're in a jail that's kind of like out the area, they'll give you what they call a travel warrant,
Yeah.
which gets you on trains and stuff like that. But if you're like local, then they just give you the discharge grant, which is £46. Whichever jail you get from. If you save money whilst you're in jail, obviously you leave with more, but if you don't, you leave with £46 and the odd few pence.
Yeah.
A week stole money.
How did you get into the crack cocaine?
Well, friends. I tried crack before. That was one of the first things I tried. Cannabis, LSD, ecstasy, amphetamine, cocaine, and then I tried crack cocaine. Then I left it alone for a while, started drinking quite a lot, taking diazepam, temazepam, whatever I could get my hands on really, just to blank out what I was going through.
Do you think most of you're taking drugs to block what's going on in reality?
At the time, it blocks it for that period of time, but then the next day, it's there again. So it's like a fucking vicious circle, over and over. You're doing the same kind of shit. Different day, same shit. If I could change my ways, I would have done, but no, some points of it, I wouldn't change for the world. Yeah. Some of the highs, and then you had the lows.
Yeah. But did you know about the effects that the drug?
Did I know what the effects had?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum and dad died through the drugs. Yeah. That's why I wouldn't ever go near heroin. And I got spiked with shit, and you know, it's just all downhill from that.
That's pure evil, you know. For someone to do that to someone.
That's what some people in this world are like, innit? Let's face it, you've got your goods, your bads, you're completely nasty bastards. Yeah. World's a vicious place.
Have you ever had like work? Did you work?
Did I work?
Yeah.
I used to be a forklift truck driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's before you go to prison. Or after?
After I got out of prison, I met a good woman, got a job. Let my brother back into my life. And it all just went back downhill after that. I ended up taking drugs with him again, relapsed.
With your brother?
Yeah. Younger brother at that. Yeah, 4 years younger than me.
Do you feel guilty for taking drugs with your brother?
Yeah. Very much so. I was the older one. I should have been able to say to him, no man, come on, we don't need to be doing this, I've got a job. But no, because I had money and fuck it, let's get fucked. Like I said, you need a long time with me with this. That I've got that much that I could give you insight to is, it's not a 20-minute session thing, it's a 6-month thing. And I'm quite happy to come and give you as much, because in a sense it helps me as well, talking to somebody about it, somebody that's going to actually listen.
Yeah, that's what we made this channel for, you know. It's for...
That's the thing with me. I'm kind of got a bit of intelligence about me, but I'll let it go to waste. To the point where, you know, things got ruined.
kids?
Yeah, 3. 2 boys and a girl. 22-year-old daughter, 20-year-old son and a 15-year-old stepson.
Stepson, wow.
Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, he's my boy.
He's your boy.
He was 3 when I got there.
No, it take a real man to take care of another man's kids, you know. Well done to you.
Do you know the thing is though? He's turned out. He's a straight. He's grades in school and everything. He wants to go into space and stuff like that. And
That's brilliant.
he's had a scout from some university to do with astronomy or something.
He's smart.
So basically all we said to him is he needs to keep his grades, and basically he's got a scholarship there.
That's his.
All funded for and everything.
Wow.
My stepson who I
He's your
helped bring up, you know. To know that, it's like, wow. And then you got my biological son who followed in the fucking footsteps of where I ended up, in and out of jail. And
That's very hard.
I tried to be there for my son, but his mum just, no. But I can't complain. I slept with 4 of her sisters. So,
What?
yeah, I got took on Jeremy Kyle for it.
What?
Yeah. Shut up, Lee!
No.
Yeah, fucking hell. Fucking hell, yeah.
You slept with.
My sisters. 4 sisters altogether. Donna, Lindsay, Natalie and Joanne. I loved it. I was young. And it was great. They all spreaded their legs, so I thought I'd give them a bit of whipped cream. I mean, hey, it was good. I regret it now because I don't see my son and that, but at the time it was, I'm a stallion. Woohoo! You know what I mean? In my 20s, doing 4 sisters, or 6 years I kept them going for, all 4 of them.
Did they
One down for the man.
Did they knew about it?
No. How do you think he kept going? Unless they did know about it and it was all just dirty little slags.
I think, oh, wow.
4 sisters, 6 years. You tell me another man that's done that.
I don't know.
Unless he's with sisters that accept it.
How did I find out?
How did it pan out? I met one on that part, one up there in the hospital, one in my bedroom and one over my dryer. It's mad. And I sit there and think about it now, I'm thinking, wow, hey. Hey, it was wicked, you know. I know you sat there behind the light, I can't see you, you're buzzing off it. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
I even did all 4 of them in one day once. Did I fucking regret that? Right at the end of it, oh, fucking hell. 2 hours with her, 2 hours with her, 2 hours with her, and then the rest of the hours with her. All the other 3 sisters knew about the one who I was with.
Yes.
I was in a relationship with one of them, but I was seeing all the other 3 sisters behind the back, and they didn't know about each other.
Nothing.
No. Yeah, man.
How did you get away with it?
I don't know. Clever. Half a daily. That's all I can say. I don't know how I got away with it, but I did. Until in the end, one of the sisters decided she was in love with me. I never didn't tell my partner, that I'd been seeing her, she was going to do it. And then that was when it came to Jeremy Kyle, eat it out. Fucking hell.
So you've been on the JK show?
3 times.
No.
Yep. 2004. I can't remember. I was only out of jail for a couple of months as well, and I got fucking dragged on the show. And then ended up back in jail. So when I landed on the wing in jail, it was all like, hey, Jeremy Kyle, eat that. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're a local celebrity then.
Fuck you know.
Wow.
Jeremy Kyle called me Don Juan. Said to me, you're the original Don Juan, you are. Because I'd managed to keep 4 sisters going for 6 years. Oh, fuck off. No way have you seen that one. That's what he said to me. That's the exact words he said to me on the stage. You're the original Don Juan, you are,
Are you,
No.
Are you sorry about it? Have you spoken?
Oh, yeah, fucking hell. I wish
you didn't do it.
Yeah, of course.
That was
Now,
really wrong.
back then, oh, it was great. Oh, fuck. But now, if I could turn back the time, I'd still have my son in my life, wouldn't I? My biological son.
Yeah. It's not too late. You know, you can still bond the relationship.
He hates me guts. I've tried. Don't work.
Do you understand where he's coming from?
Of course I do. More than you know, mate. More than you know. Yeah. I miss him, you know. I do miss him like crazy. What he doesn't know is the first 3 years of his life, I did everything. His mum was... Oh, sorry.
It's alright, bro. Take your time. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's just a bit of a touch on that, because I brought him up for the first 3 years of his life. And again, another man's kid. All she wanted to do, stay in bed. If I didn't wake her up in the morning with a bottle of Wicked and the bong mix, you know what I'm saying there, don't you? Weed, bong mix.
Thank you very much for watching Lee's story. We're now going to talk about it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed. Thank you. So Lee...
He's a character. Yeah.
And you just get the sense that he is very, very good at hiding his pain. I think Lee, yeah, is very, very good at hiding his pain. Like, you get glimpses, don't you?
Mm.
So he had a good childhood. He didn't really know his parents. His grandparents raised him.
Yeah.
Which I think sometimes that might be the best
It's the
best solution or situation.
As long one of your family members raise you, and they love you, they care about you.
Yeah, I think it still leads to the child being a bit like, why?
Yeah.
Why didn't, like, I imagine, obviously I've not been through it, so I can't say for definite, but I imagine that it leaves you feeling almost like a bit rejected and a bit not good enough.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't my parents look after me? Like, why wasn't I good enough? And like, I get what you're saying, is in like, it's still for your family, it's still loving home, and I think obviously it's better than foster care or going into the care system, but I think it must still leave the child with some sense of rejection or resentment. So he drank from the age of 15.
That's too young.
It's difficult, isn't it? What point do you think it goes from having fun to being a problem?
When you're doing it too much. Yeah.
Because I don't think, like, obviously 15 legally is too young to drink, but I don't think it's uncommon.
Because you've done it.
Yeah, and most of my friends, all my friends did it too. And it never was a problem for anyone. But then were we just exceptionally lucky?
No.
Like...
How often you used to do it? It was not every day, was
Oh
it?
God, no.
Exactly. That's
No.
when you're having too much fun, it becomes a problem.
Yeah, yeah. So he, his mum and dad died through drugs, which again, does addiction run in families? I think.
I don't think that addiction went into the family.
No. Okay.
That's just an opinion. I could be wrong. That's my opinion.
I think scientifically it hasn't. And so after that, which I think is just, that is evil.
Yeah, that's evil.
That's evil.
That's evil.
Because it's not, you're not even offering it to them. You're tricking them. They don't know they're even smoking it. And like, heroin's crazy addictive.
Very.
So he has been addicted to heroin since the age of 27. That's tough. Especially like him knowing what he did to his parents and stuff.
But at the same time, you need to see what age you start taking drugs.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about cannabis and what age you start touching heroin. I think he's a victim. Because his plan was not to be hooked into heroin. Someone gave it to him without knowing. So do you think that's his fault?
No, but I don't think anyone who's addicted is their fault.
But you're doing it.
You're making a decision too, but are you making an informed decision? Probably not.
But he's not even making a decision.
No, I know. I agree with you. He's a victim. I didn't deny that. I said I agree with you. Anyone that is an addict is a victim, and maybe your journey to being a victim isn't that important. Obviously, like, I agree that it's evil and it's horrible what happened to Lee, and that should never have happened.
To anyone.
Shouldn't happen to anyone, no. But I feel the same way for the people who get offered it at parties and stuff, that, or by friends that they don't really know what, they may know it's heroin, but they don't really know what they're getting into or what they're trying.
Yeah, but someone like Lee didn't even have no choice.
I know.
But I don't think they should put them in the same category.
Is there a category of victims?
The person that gave it to Lee, they prey on him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the persons that are going to buy heroin,
The dealer's preying on them.
the dealer's not preying on them, they're going to the dealer. They're going to get it for themselves, they want to get it. They need it.
They need, okay, yeah, I'll go with need rather than want.
No, at the beginning you don't need it. So we're talking about the
I thought it
beginning.
was pretty addictive straight away.
Not straight away.
No.
No, heroin is not addictive. Well, if you take it for like 2 weeks, then that's when it's addiction. But at the beginning, you're going to buy it. You don't need it. Like the second time.
I don't know. I'm not educated enough in this to. I'm going to gracefully bow out of this discussion. Because I disagree, but I'm not educated enough to argue it through with you, so therefore I'm going to be the bigger person and walk away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I totally get where you're coming from.
Oh, I thought you should talk about that.
I get it. Oh yeah, I'm walking away. Next point. And I think he has got a very good point with this, because it's something that I like question in my head all the time. What is the fucking point of methadone? What's the point? What is the point? I haven't finished my point. So methadone, in Lee's words, harder to get off from heroin. The only benefit, and the only reason I think the government give it out, is it stops them from committing crime. But does it? Because how many people do you see that take methadone and heroin together? And he says in theory it's just sustaining the habit, and I agree with him. It's not helping anything. It doesn't help a single thing. rant
Really?
over.
You need to understand. The people that make methadone is opium. The company that make methadone is a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more beneficial for them to people to be hooked
On methadone and heroin.
on methadone or heroin.
But that's what I'm saying. There's no
Okay.
point to methadone for the addict. There's no point. There is
Yeah.
obviously a point to it for the big pharmaceutical companies.
They're just drug dealers, but the
Legal
big scale
ones.
legal drug dealers.
Mm-hmm. Pharmaceutical company.
No, but it's big
It's
business.
big business. I get that.
And
I
we
do
should
get
not,
that.
we should not talk about it until we might get shot.
Fuck them. Check it. I want to get shot. Can you just edit that bit out, please? But yeah, fuck them. Methadone is
You're gonna get
pointless.
shot.
Then you can air this, and I'll be like the next conspiracy documentary on Netflix. Big farm murdering people.
No, it's a big business for them, and they're making a lot of millions.
I
But
can imagine.
the money is so dirty because people suffering. For you to come off methadone is worse than heroin.
Hmm.
So you're more hooked into it.
From an addict's point of view, methadone is pointless.
Yeah.
There is no need for it. It just swapping one product. It's like people who give up smoking by vaping. No sense. No sense.
Well, that's different. With a vape, you taste the flavour. With a cigarette,
Still taste the flavour.
what flavour?
If he could change, he would. I could cry. That just ain't good.
Everyone would. You ask what most people. If you
I
could,
know, but it seems sadder coming from Lee's position. Like, he desperately wants it. And he says, like, everything has gone downhill since getting addicted to heroin. So he used to be a forklift driver, and after prison, so he was using heroin, but I don't think it was like a full-blown... No, he got clean. Ignore me. He got clean. So after prison, he met a good woman, got a job, was a forklift truck driver, and then he let his brother back in his life. And they ended up relapsing together, or he ended up taking with his brother. See, addiction in families.
that's nothing to do with the family. It just probably his brother was
An addict
an addict as well,
in the family. Because it's his brother.
but it doesn't run in the family.
I think, there's definitely a predisposition to be
Okay.
susceptible to addiction in families, I think. I don't know, that's just my opinion. He feels guilty for taking drugs with his brother.
Yeah.
Because it was his younger brother as
Yeah,
well.
that's bad. I can't do that.
I don't know.
I never smoke even a cigarette with my brother. I think it's just a respect thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I can't smoke in front of my mom.
Oh god.
I can't smoke. Even she knows I smoke, I can't smoke in front of her. It's just the respect.
No, I get you. I get you. And then the last bit, it's obviously completely different to all of this, but can't not mention, and I think you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Oh.
The being on Jeremy Kyle because he slept with 4 sisters. I can't not mention it. I can't.
Wow. Is that Lee's fault or the sister's fault? It's just a question. Don't look scared. Wow. It's just a question.
Don't back away like you're actually scared.
I am scared.
Good, keep that attitude. Police fault.
How?
Because.
You can't even
Just
answer
give
that.
me a second.
You can't even answer that.
And Do you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have even brought this up because we're going to end up fighting.
I don't fight. I talk sense. You fight.
I can't deal with you. He played them, in my opinion, he played them all off against each other and he was having the time of his life. And he knew full well what he was doing.
All the sister knew he was going on with another sister. And they still contemplated to sleep with him. Who's the victim? The
I didn't
sister.
say there was a victim.
No, the only person that I feel sorry for is this sister that was going on with Lee.
I thought if you were going to say Lee, I was going to put
No,
you.
the sister that's going on with Lee. That's what I feel sorry for. But the other girls, they're entertaining it, so then Lee's the second victim. Not the other
I've
sister.
got to punch you.
Lee's the victim.
How did you come to that conclusion? Oh no, come on. I want to hear your logic on this.
Because the sister was using him. Or the other sister. Can you sleep with someone that's going on with your sister?
You know.
Exactly. That's my point. They knew that and they're still sleeping with the sister's boyfriend. That's disgusting.
Doesn't make him a victim though.
He's a victim.
Of what? His penis.
No, he's a victim. It's hard for a man. You need to understand. It's hard for a man.
Bullshit. To say that is what you're going to say. Now.
No, seriously, it's hard for a man. It's hard for him.
So if my sister come in here now and got naked, you two just disappear off? Because it's hard for a man to say no? No, because it's not that hard for a man to say no.
I'm thinking about it. Let me think about it.
Okay.
Let me think about it. Give me a second. Let me think about it. So
You know
if your
what?
sister-
I will let you think all night when I leave you in Liverpool. Enjoy it.
No, what I mean, of a free system, knew what was going on.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm waiting to hear how it makes him a victim.
He's a victim because it was coming to him and it's hard for a man to say no.
That is not acceptable.
The reason,
That is not acceptable. It is not hard for a man to say no.
okay, a man will sleep with another girl.
So a man's controlled by his hormones, basically, not his brain.
A man can have sex with another girl without feelings, but a girl cannot do that.
No, I would agree with you there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But it still does not make them
Oh,
a victim.
Lord. It's hard to convince you, isn't it?
Because you're wrong.
No, seriously.
How does that make him a victim?
Because they was keep coming
Because if
on him.
anything, you've just proved my point. They had feelings and he didn't. He was just thinking with his dick.
No, he didn't have no X8. They was using him
For what? He was
for
having
a
the
good
time
time.
of his life.
Exactly, for a good time.
He was having the time of his life.
Believe me, right? Female, when they sleep with someone, they'll go tell their friends, yeah? They'll give them that little gossip.
Yeah.
And so she went and told the sister the little gossip. That's why the sister was running to him.
Still doesn't make him a victim.
But I don't think he should get the blame the way it's only female that think that like Lee was doing something wrong. I'm a toxic.
Mm. Yes, you are. I don't even know where to start.
Go on, sorry.
Speechless. I got nothing to say.
Yeah, he should not have slept with the sister, but the sister's not innocent at all.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but you're going on him hard than the sisters.
I don't know the sisters. We didn't speak to the sisters.
There you go. That's a good answer, that.
I've only got Lee's version of it.
Mm.
So I can't go hard on them if I don't know
Go online, it's there, Jeremy Carr Show.
to watch it.
We should.
Should
He was having the best time of his life, you know. We can't judge. Hey,
Hey,
we can't judge.
No judgment.
There's no judgment around
No
there.
judgment. Ignore
I-
the first little voice that pops up in your head.
Yeah, no judgment. So he was happy, and I'm happy for him.
Good.
Are you happy for him?
Ecstatic.
Are you?
Mm.
Marvelous.
But even he admits now that it was a dickhead move.
You don't think it was a... He's regretting it.
Because it was a dickhead move.
He's regretting it. He didn't say that. He's regretting it. He's regretting it. But he's a changed man. So
I just hope he deals with everything. Deals with all the pain and gets his head straight and sorts his life out if that's what he wants.
yeah, everyone wants that.
But it's easy to want it, it's harder to do the work.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed. Thank you.